Carol and Reggie Sumner were high school sweethearts before splitting up. Reggie served in the Navy, while Carol married and became a mother. Decades after their high school romance ended, the couple reconnected via phone in 2000 and picked up right where they left off. Carol and Reggie married in 2001 and eventually relocated from South Carolina to Jacksonville, where Reggie had previously purchased a home. Their newfound romance, however, was cut short. Hello, and welcome to today's video. We've got you covered if you're wondering what happened in this true life event. So keep watching and let's get started. The 61-year-olds lived alone when a knock on their door on July 8, 2005 changed their lives forever. Carol and Reggie were kidnapped and taken away that evening after being attacked in their home. Carol's daughter reported the couple missing to police on July 10th. The search, however, ended in tragedy on July 16th when authorities were led to Carol and Reggie's dead bodies in a Georgia grave. An autopsy revealed that the couple had been buried alive and died as a result of dirt clogging their airways. Authorities discovered that many valuable items, including their bank cards, had gone missing from the Sumner residence. Police tracked 3 people down to a motel in Charleston, South Carolina, by following withdrawals made with the Sumner's cards. 23-year-olds Michael Jackson and Tiffany Cole, and 18-year-old Alan Wade. Soon after, a 4th suspect, Bruce Nixon, 18, was apprehended in Jacksonville. As the authorities dug deeper, a disturbing kidnapping plot emerged. Tiffany knew the Sumners from their time in South Carolina. They had been neighbors, and Tiffany bought the couple's car before they moved. She regularly traveled to Jacksonville to meet friends and make monthly payments for the vehicle. Tiffany was dating Michael at the time, and the Sumners let the young couple stay at their home during one of their visits to Jacksonville. Mr. and Mrs. Sumner informed Cole about the $99,000 profit they had made on the sale of their previous South Carolina home while visiting the couple. Tiffany and Michael decided to rob Carol and Reggie after noticing that they appeared to have money and were easy targets due to their age. Michael and Tiffany discussed their plan with Alan Wade, who brought in his friend Bruce. The investigation revealed that the crime was meticulously planned. The group kept an eye on the house for several days and purchased duct tape, plastic wrap, and gloves. Tiffany had rented a car from South Carolina, and on July 8th, she and Michael stood outside the Sumners' door while the other two knocked. Alan and Bruce broke into the house under the guise of needing to use the phone. Alan ripped the phone cord from the wall and grabbed Reggie by the neck once inside. The perpetrator stole jewelry, documents, and rare coins from the house once the couple was restrained. The Sumners were then dragged to the garage and forced into the trunk of their own Lincoln Town car by Bruce and Alan. Michael and Tiffany followed closely in another car while Bruce and Alan drove with Carol and Reggie in the trunk. They intended to be pulled over for speeding on purpose if any police vehicle got too close to the Sumners' car. They all drove to a remote Georgia location where they had dug a grave a few days before. According to Bruce, who later cooperated with authorities, Michael obtained the ATM pins from the couple and then buried them alive. They left the Sumners' car in Sanderson, Florida, and continued to withdraw money with the Sumners' bank cards. Tiffany and Alan also returned to the residence to steal a computer, which they later pawned for cash. In the days that followed, approximately $5,000 were withdrawn from the Sumners' bank accounts. Michael and Tiffany pretended to be Carol and Reggie over the phone at one point to coax information from the police. The police then discovered the abandoned vehicle and recovered a fingerprint that matched Michael. Tiffany, Michael, and Alan were tracked down to a motel in Charleston using bank activity. Police discovered the victims' driver's licenses, credit cards, checkbooks, mail, and papers containing the victims' online passwords, social security numbers, and birth dates at the motel where Cole, Jackson, and Wade were staying. There was also a new laptop, new merchandise bags, and the victims' coin collection. Inside, the police found items belonging to Carol and Reggie. Bruce, who had returned to Jacksonville, was later apprehended and led police to the bodies. Bruce had been previously heard bragging about burying someone alive while at a party, and was in possession of prescription medication. Bruce Nixon's testimony was crucial in obtaining convictions for the rest of the group. He claimed Michael was the mastermind, which Michael denied during the course of his trial. Tiffany's lawyers claimed she was under Michael's control and had no idea the Sumners would be killed. Tiffany Cole claimed she thought the crime would be a simple theft and that she did not knowingly take part in the robberies, kidnappings, or murders. She also insisted that she had no idea the victims were in the Lincoln's trunk until she arrived at the grave site. On the other hand, Tiffany Cole was the only one of the 4 defendants who had previously known the victims. Tiffany was found guilty on 2 counts of murder, kidnapping, and robbery in October 2007. She was given the death penalty. While Michael and Alan were both sentenced to death, Bruce pled to a lesser charge and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. Tiffany's death sentence was overturned in June 2017 due to a ruling that the jury's decision to impose the death penalty was not unanimous. She is still being held at Lowell Correctional Institution in Ocala, Florida, awaiting a new sentencing hearing. Alan Lindell Wade, who was 18 at the time of the crime and is now 35, is one of 4 people who murdered the vulnerable Florida couple for their money. A majority of the jurors who heard his case believed that he should pay for his crimes with his life. However, that was insufficient under a Florida Supreme Court ruling that required unanimity. According to his defense team, mitigation is never a defense or justification for murder, but it is used to choose between life and death sentences. Wade was sexually abused as a child by a babysitter. His father abandoned him, and his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer when he was 13 and later kicked him out of the house when he was 15. He struggled in school, having to repeat 6th grade twice. He was denied admission to the U.S. Army after failing a drug test. The defense argued that these events influenced Alan as a person at the time of the crime. Wade, who was 18 at the time of the murders, needed a parent, but instead found a career criminal in Michael James Jackson. Nothing I say here today is meant to justify, excuse, or defend my cowardly crimes, Wade said in court. Reggie and Carol, if there's a window, a link to the afterlife, or some kind of cosmic consciousness, I know you can see tremendous regret and shame in my heart. I'm tormented every day by my cruel and careless actions against you, he said. I should have helped you, rather than hurt you. I'll be eternally sorry for my rash, unprovoked, and underserved actions against you. It's my deepest regret and the biggest blunder of my life. I'm also sorry for causing the Sumner family and friends pain and loss. I apologize for the dishonor and disrespect I've shown to both their and my families. And please accept my heartfelt apologies to both of these families. Following his sentencing, a woman relocated 4,000 miles to have a child with Alan Lindell Wade. Her name is Sigrid. She refused to reveal how she became pregnant with him behind bars and stated that she began writing to death row inmates because she was opposed to the death penalty. I believe in redemption and second chances, she said. When people learned about Sigrid's relationship with Alan, the majority of the comments she received were that she doesn't care about the victims. In her defense, Alan makes her happy and she doesn't understand why people are bothered by it. Over the years, Sigrid realized she had feelings for Alan and he had feelings for her. They were both terrified of what might happen and what others might say, but they didn't give up on what they had. Sigrid has now set up a pen pal site with the help of a friend so that others can write to people on death row. Do you think that Alan should be pardoned because of his past? Do you think the death penalty is too harsh and people just need a second chance? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more of our juicy content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.